Hello, what up? Base Boxing Basement, Triple B. Yeah, definitely hit the like, keep your haters away, whatever. All the other things too. Yeah, boxing, modern professional boxing is becoming more and more of a joke, although it's always been. There's always been room for sideshows, I don't know, Pete Rademacher fighting Floyd Patterson in his first fight, I think, as a pro. What's his name? Chuck Wepner fighting Andre the Giant. Muhammad Ali fighting Antonio Inoki, who just sat on his back and kicked. George Foreman fighting 5 people in one night. Well, it's not like, these weird things have never happened, but they're getting progressively more and more stupid fights. You would never really get these real old guys fighting. I mean, partially, in the old days, it was tougher. They used to spar more, fight more. Their gloves were made of horsehair, not foam, so they would get, brain damage much earlier. But, the fight everybody's been waiting for, not. Danny Williams. Danny Williams is still going, age 52. And he'll be fighting none other than professional grapist Ike Ibeabuchi. Yeah. Now I'll start with Ibeabuchi. Now he was he's one of those fighters people go, oh, he could have been one of the best ever if he hadn't raped that woman. I mean, people, how can they say that? I mean, yeah, he had a decent enough record. He was unbeaten. But in my opinion, he'd be another, decent fighter. It's hard to say. Would he have reached the top? I mean, he would have been a world champion. How do you know? You can't be sure about these things. He was called the President Ike Ibeabuchi from Nigeria. Hello, but he live in Dallas, Texas, huh? All these fighters from around the world, Cubans, Africans. Even a lot of Eastern Europeans, Kazakhs, they always end up, if they're any good, fighting in America. And they seem to be allowed to stay there. Why is Ike Ibeabuchi allowed in the United States? Right? After, raping a woman, sexual assaulting a couple of others, kidnapping a hooker. You know what I'm saying? There was like at least 3 or 4 women claiming he sexually assaulted her. I mean, in boxing-wise, so 2 guys he fought that were any good were David Tua. He won a points victory. I mean, that's a good result. Tua's a tough guy. Chris Bird, he stopped in 5. But let's not forget, Chris Bird weighed 208 pounds. So Ibeabuchi is 244 pounds. And Bird started life as a middleweight. But still, I mean, I don't know how just from these results and banging out bums, people go, the president would have been world champion anyway. Yeah, so he's been let out of prison. Now, he got, I don't know, let's have a look at this. How many years did he get? He got several years. I think he spent something like 20 years in prison. Almost 20 years in prison in 1999. Yeah, he attacked some stripper, as I said, sexually assaulted her and other women. He was sentenced to 2 to 10 years for battery and 3 to 20 years for attempted sexual assault. What does that mean, 3 to 20 years? I mean, that's a bit weird, isn't it? This is according to TalkSport. 3 to 20 years. I mean, that's a very long, differential. I raped them. I'm out in 3. Oh, but they don't like you, you're out in 20. I mean, it just seems a bit bizarre. The American legal system is sick. It's designed to put loads of people, especially poor people, away because all their prisons rely on being full to make a profit. And they're little private prisons. Anyway, he was released in 2015, which was weird. I can't remember that. Started training and 5 months later he got arrested for violating his probation. He got an extra 4 years. So he's been out since September 2020. Right? But now he's decided to fight. I I just find it bizarre. I mean, there's been talk about him fight. He was going to fight Kenzie Morrison, if you remember. And he's like 51 himself anyway, isn't he? Huh? I'm pretty sure. Let me check his age. Yeah, as I thought. He's 52 as well. So you got two 52-year-olds fighting, combined age 104 years. I wonder if I don't know who's going to sanction it. I think it's happening in Nigeria. So they'll sanction anything, man. They'd sanction Muhammad Ali's corpse. Yeah? To fight Joe Frazier's corpse. Just throw them against each other and see which one ripped to pieces the most. I don't know. Sick people. But yeah, so Ibeabuchi, Now, he never took any hidings as a pro. Yeah? So, for a 52-year-old, his brain should be marginally intact, although allegedly he's got bipolar, plus he's a rapist and all these other things. But yeah, and he's fighting Danny Williams. Now, Danny Williams, that is a tragic story. So that's, well, not a tragic story. It's one he's imposed. He's self-imposed. He's 52, okay? He's 52. He's had 89 fights. BoxRec lists 88. There's probably loads of exhibitions that he's done. Recently, he's been fighting mainly, in Eastern Europe, Latvia, Estonia, Albania, but even in Germany, they allowed him to fight in 2022, and 2019. I mean, I just find that I thought Germany had a respectable commission, and they're letting a guy 3 years ago, so it'd been like 49 or 48 box in Germany. That's kind of nuts, man. As a pro, recorded fights, and most of his stuff are losses. His overall record is 55 wins, 33 losses, 1 no contest. He has 42 KOs out of 55. Well, you've always known he can punch. Now of his 33 losses, 17 by stoppage, 16 by decision. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, most of those stoppage losses are obviously against bums. Amazing, in fight 80, he knocked out an unbeaten guy called Boban Filipovic in 3 rounds in Austria. But, apart from that, you just got names that you just cannot recognize, beating him up. In 2013, he was still fighting at a fair level. Oleg Maskayev beat him on unanimous decision. Maris Bredis, right, knocked him out in 2 rounds in Latvia. Now, Bredis is well known as being a very good cruiserweight champion, but he will go up to heavyweight a couple of times. He knocked out Mahmoud Manuel Diamond Boy Char face down, ass in the air, as you can see. Yeah, and Manuel Char's still going. In fact, Manuel Char knocked out Danny Williams in 7 rounds in 2011. So that's 14 years ago. 14 years ago. So Williams would have been 38 then, which would be near the end of his career. He's fought a whole bunch of people. I can't go through his whole record. There's so many people here. I mean, but losing, he'd have the odd weird loss like to Audley Harrison. He got battered by Vitaly Klitschko, who, by the way, is a PIMP in Kiev and a human trafficker. More on that later. He's most well known for Mike Tyson. He killed him in 4 rounds. No, I didn't expect it, obviously. I don't think anyone else did, He lost on points to Sprott. Sinan Zamosana knocked him out. He lost to Julius Francis on points. But sometimes if you want it enough, and the other guy, Mike Tyson, hasn't trained hard enough, you get the result, and that's what happened. And he'll be forever known as the man who beat Mike Tyson. Imagine how much hammering his brain has taken as well. And 89 fights. 89 fights. Age 52. I just find it incredible that people will license him. I mean, it's I think it's going to happen in Nigeria. So You know, they won't really care. I mean, bloody man, in Germany, they let him fight, as I said, about 4 years ago. You know, what'll happen? Oh, yeah, that's not all. Yeah. Yeah, the big fight, the Mike Tyson beater. Well, you could say, well, Danny Williams has already beaten up a rapist, Mike Tyson. So now he's going to beat up another rapist, Ike Ibeabuchi. Yeah, you know, Danny Williams might get a name for beating up rapists. But, yeah, I mean, who cares about this? The mad thing is, no joke, I'm not making no joke, it's $29.99 to watch on pay-per-view. It's on some like random website, you know. I mean, no big channel's going to pick it up, but yeah. Yep. It's on pay-per-view for only $29.99 US dollars. You can watch these two ancient guys go at it. In the red corner, one of the world's biggest rapists, Ike Ibeabuchi. And in the blue corner, whatever, you got Danny Williams, the Mike Tyson beater. Woo! I'm sure they'll be breaking down the doors. I mean, how many even in Nigeria, I'm sure people have mostly forgotten about Ike Ibeabuchi. What's he gonna get? Like 200 buys? Come on, man. Anyway, I mean, Danny Williams' brain must be mush. You know what I'm saying? If you've ever seen a brain, right? When I once spent a bit of time in France, yeah? And I went into the French supermarkets, and I had posh one too. And, you know, they've got all these kinds of things, these organs on sale, you know, hearts, lungs. You know, in Britain we do have a bit of kidney in that, but, you know, hearts and liver. But in France they just got everything. Everything you can eat. Tripe, guts. Yeah, I'm sure you can buy testicles too, but you can, and you can buy brains, a whole sheep's brain, which is kind of weird. You're just looking at it going, man, that's like the central computer for a sheep that's controlled them, seen how they move, and now I'm going to eat it. But let me tell you, man, when you wobble that thing, yeah, it's like jelly, you know, and 89 fights, having your head battered by heavyweights. I mean, I'm surprised you can still talk, and it is a bit tragic. He used to say, "Oh, I need to do it to pay for my girl's private schools." Yeah, but like now one of them's like 25 and the other one's 21. I don't think you can use that excuse anymore. You know. I don't know. I mean, he's allegedly a devout Muslim, so you know. He's not going to go to parties, is he? He's not going to hang out and tell tales in the local pub about how he beat Mike Tyson and blah, blah, blah. You know, he's just, just going to be sitting at home staring at the walls and occasionally going to the mosque. There's not a lot to do, you know. Maybe he should take up gaming. I don't know. But no, he's decided to keep going and get his head beaten in. I mean, I don't know. I mean, would I watch it out of pure... sadism. I'd want to watch it. I mean, not pay for it, obviously. Come on, man. But just, watch it, I don't know, whatever, on YouTube later. Just out of pure sadism. To see these two old guys that should be well retired. Yeah. One of them a complete wrong'un. The other one, Danny Williams is always known to be a really, really pleasant guy. Quite quiet. You know what I'm saying? Likeable. But you can't stop these guys, and I don't think, I've never thought that the state should have a right to tell people what to do with their own bodies. That includes drugs and other stuff like that. But let them fight. The battle of the has-been vis there never was, really. The battle of the 52-year-old bums. Well, I mean, they're not bums, but they are now. Anyway, that's tragic boxing. Maybe the winner can fight Jake Paul. Peace of the Middle East. Oh, sorry, one more thing, don't forget. This is nuts. Lee McAllister, a Scottish former lightweight. Yeah? Boxed Danny Williams as a heavyweight and knocked him out. And that was That was only, well, 2018. It was only 7 years ago, but still, I mean, Danny Williams, a former world title challenger, beater of Mike Tyson, getting knocked out, in 10 rounds by a former lightweight. Cringe.